Hey there, pharmacy owners. Dr. Lisa Faast here from DiversifyRx, and we are currently in August as I'm recording this video, and we are this close, like this close to coming out of the DIR fee apocalypse. Now, if you're a pharmacy owner, you probably know what the DIR fee apocalypse. It was the changes of the DIR fees. We've basically been paying double DIR fees, and just our cash flow has been strangulated this year. It has put many of our brethren out of business, into debt, into bankruptcy. And that is just absolutely, obviously unfortunate. If you're still here and you're still watching this video, chances are you have made it through the DIR fee apocalypse. But what's next? We have just fought for our life for the last 12 to 18 months, but times will be getting better. The cash flow strangulation will start to ease. Now, it's not going to be flowing like a river of milk and honey. It's still going to be tight. But where do we take our pharmacies from now? Like, what's the future hold? And I think, if anything, going through, not only if you go all the way back to COVID, you go through all of that chaos, you go through the chaos of the DIR fee, you go through the chaos of just reimbursement changes and some of the PBM shenanigans that they're always pulling. And it has become very, very clear to me that we need more pharmacy CEOs as pharmacy owners. And why do I talk about this? I know it's not necessarily popular. Many people think that independent pharmacies shouldn't call themselves CEOs. I completely disagree. For one thing, we handle millions of dollars. We are in charge of thousands of patients' lives, both our patients and our employees. Like, if anything, if anything deserves a CEO title, that's it. But really, it's about the strategic thinking and how you need to approach to solve your pharmacy's problems. If you want your pharmacy to be better, you, the leader, the CEO, the owner, you have to be better to lead it. Your pharmacy isn't just going to magically lead itself, isn't going to find the promised land of green grasses and, buckets of profits. You have to lead it there, and you have to think like a CEO. And thinking like a CEO is different than the other roles you do. I've talked a lot about all the different hats that a pharmacy owners wear. We often put on the pharmacist hat, and we are the pharmacist that's behind the bench. And how you make decisions as a pharmacist is completely different how you make decisions as a pharmacy owner. So sometimes you have to take off that pharmacist hat and put on your pharmacy owner hat. And you look at a certain viewpoint and perspective through the pharmacy owner. There's also a couple of different hats that many of us don't think about. The biggest one that we don't think about in our day-to-day lives is investor. But if you own your pharmacy, you are an investor. You are an investor of pharmacy. You're an investor of your business, and you have to think like an investor. And to me, the combination of those three hats, thinking like the clinician, thinking like the owner, and thinking like the investor, you combine those three, and that truly is a pharmacy CEO. And so you need to elevate yourself to be able to think from that perspective of all the different myriad problems that we deal with. You've got to be a master of revenue generation, creating revenue and turning that into profit. You've got to be a master of marketing. You've got to be a master of team development and team training. You got to be a master of KPIs and financials. Those are the four big buckets that we need to have just this firm grasp on if we're going to lead our pharmacy forward. And so to me, that's what's next. And what that will bring is higher level thinking, better decisions, increased profitability. You're going to be able to optimize your current revenue stream. So everything that you're doing now, I guarantee you there's several percentage points that are being left on the table that you're not taking them because you just don't have the skills to know how to exactly optimize them. And then there's a whole big bucket of new revenue streams that you just haven't implemented yet. I talk to pharmacy owners all the time. I talk to my members all the time. Just earlier today in an office hours, somebody said, hey, I've really been wanting to start this program, but I just kind of got stuck and then I let it go. But honestly, that program is worth six figures in profit, not revenue, to that pharmacy if they just get it over the hump. And so don't let your skill set be what holds your pharmacy back. And so really becoming a pharmacy CEO is what I'm focusing on. That's what I'm focusing on for our members. And I think that's what the industry needs to be focused on. We shouldn't shy away from calling ourselves CEO. Now, are we the perfect CEO? The moment you name your title, you just got it down. No, it is a long, arduous road. It's constantly, it's never changing. Just like continuing education for your clinician hat, You always have continuing education for your CEO hat. There's always going to be something better. There's always going to be a financial rule to learn, a new tax strategy, a new revenue generation, a new way to train your employees. There's always going to be something around the corner. So you need to be thinking of continuing education for your CEO. Okay. And that's you. Sometimes some of you might eventually kind of remove yourself from that CEO position. I know some of my inner circle members are looking to do that, where they're looking to train another CEO or train somebody to step in, and they really are just stepping back and kind of almost being that advisory board or that president of the board kind of position, where you're not involved in the day-to-day stuff. You own the business, the profits flow to you, but you're not the one that's in the weeds. And so there's lots of different ways to kind of handle that pharmacy CEO, whether you're that startup and you maybe have only 1 or 2 employees, all the way up to multiple locations and a whole team of employees. There's development and maturity there in that pharmacy CEO. And so you always need to be looking forward and ahead. There is a ton of opportunity. Yes, some opportunities have come and gone. Some opportunities have been taken away from us, but there is a ton of opportunity in independent pharmacy if you can grasp those skills and those concepts in order to be able to train your team, to implement new programs, market those programs, understand the financials around there, and then continuing to tweak and make better decisions month over month, day after day in your pharmacy. Because really that's what creates a better pharmacy, a profitable pharmacy, is better decisions. It's really all it is. I know that kind of simplifies it, but it's really your decision making and how much knowledge you have in order to be able to make better decisions for your pharmacy. So that's what I think is next after the DIR fee apocalypse. I see an opportunity for massive growth for those that are willing to take that time in order to level up themselves, understand that you need to lean it forward. Sometimes you have to lean on somebody else. You know, if you hate marketing and you don't understand marketing, then maybe what's holding you back is hiring a marketer or using a marketing agency that can do marketing. Maybe you're good at marketing and you just are very uncertain about what to offer or the prices to offer it at. Like whatever it is, we all have a hang up. That's okay. It's okay as long as you recognize that and you go out and you try to fix that. Some of you want something else for your pharmacy, but you're going to have to be able to lead it there. If you want something different than what you have now, then you're going to have to change in order to lead it there. So I'm excited about becoming a pharmacy CEO. I'm excited about creating pharmacy CEOs. I think this is going to be one of the most important things that I do in my professional career. And I think it's the pathway forward of how I literally save independent pharmacy, and we all save it together by getting better and sharing how to get better and how to get better faster, quicker, and easier. I'm all for that for sure. So let me know what you think. You know, what do you see as next as the DIR fee apocalypse kind of comes to a close? Thank goodness. By September, we should be officially out of it and clear. But I'm interested to know, what do you see? How do you see this? Do you call yourself a CEO? I know many pharmacists feel weird. They kind of shrink a little bit when they say that, but I think we need to proudly declare ourselves. You know, we manage millions of dollars. Like I said, we're responsible for thousands of patients' health and lives and healthcare. We're responsible for many employees and their families and their loved ones' lives. And so I really do think that we deserve the CEO title. And I really think that that's what is going to save this industry. So share this with a friend if you think this is helpful. If you have any questions, shoot them in the comments. I'm here to help you have a thriving, profitable pharmacy by turning you into a badass pharmacy CEO. So I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.